It going? Let's go over all the games happened on Tuesday. We got 5 games left in the season. Let's get into it. Yesterday, there was a lot of games, 11 games to be exact. So let's get into it. The first game is the Denver Nuggets beating the Charlotte Hornets. Nuggets, they're playing really well at the moment. So is the Portland Trailblazers, but they're already locked in third or fourth seed. Does it make a huge difference? Looks like right now it's the Portland Trailblazers and Mavericks gonna be the fifth or sixth seed, although the Lakers are right behind them. The Lakers could be where will be. If they win out, there is 3 games left. The Mavericks got 3 games left, and they have 1 game lead. I don't know who has the tiebreaker. Either way, a lot of things are still undecided. And if the Lakers end up being the sixth seed, they might play the Clippers in the first round. That would be interesting if the Clippers hold on, of course. This game, Michael Porter Jr. went off again. 30 points, 6 threes, good efficiency again. In the last month, 9th ranked player in 9 category leagues, averaging 25 points and 4 threes. 4 threes is a bit high, 25 points is a bit high. He's doing all this without Jamal Murray, of course. If we pound assists with this guy, he's a beast. He was doing the same thing last year. Obviously, not as good as this. Another year, he got better, obviously. But next season, we have to think about if we're counting assists, we for sure could grab this guy in the third or fourth round. For him, he ranking wise, he's just so much better than guys like Donovan Mitchell, right? Bigger names in fantasy wise, just so much better. Doesn't give you any assist. We know that. The steal number is still lacking quite a bit, only averaging 0.7 steals. But everything else is great. Everything else is great. I can't say enough. And we know he's doing all this with Jamal Murray out. He still should be very comfortably. I think next season could be averaging 20 points. He just needs to get his minutes playing, and not get COVID. Of course, next season probably won't happen. A really good game. Aaron Gordon. And what's the Denver Nuggets schedule looks like? Yeah, they're back to back coming on Thursday and Friday. So Campazzo for sure, you're riding with him. If you need assists and steals, sure you're gonna go all the way to Sunday because that's where everybody plays. But again, 6 assists, 3 steals. If you've been streaming for the past 2-3 weeks, for assists and steals, very very solid. Give me those. Austin Rivers, not interested at all. Aaron Gordon, not really. Although he had a great game, but only played 28 minutes with 17 points and 2 steals. Look at Jokic, 16 for 17 from the free throw line. That is 16 for 17 from the free throw line is like, 40 points to me, 35 points. 11 rebounds, 6 assists, just huge boost to your field goal. No defensive stat, but Jokic continue. This guy needs to go be number 1 next season. He's just the most, out of the top guys on a per game basis, he's just the healthy. He hasn't had any big injuries in the NBA. And the way he plays, it's just hard, right? He doesn't really leave the floor all that much. Even when he's playing defense, he just, put his hands up. Don't jump too high. And offensively, we know what he can do. But the way the style of basketball he plays doesn't really get injured. He's not injury prone. So this guy needs to go number 1 next season. And when you got him, you don't need to punt anything, right? Okay. For the Charlotte Hornets, Jalen McDaniels played 24 minutes. It's a bad loss for the Hornets, of course. They are still holding on to the 8th spot. So now things are interesting. In the Hornets, they do have the tiebreaker over Pacers. Do they have the tiebreaker over Wizards? The Wizards could end up in a situation, even though they lost the last game. Like they could be, if they win out, there's 3 games left. They win out, they might be the 8th seed. Who knows? Then they only need to win 1 game. The Hornets are dropping games, and what's the schedule looks like? The Charlotte Hornets, they're back to back coming Saturday and Sunday. So I probably won't stream it, because it's really not a back to back because everybody plays on Sunday. You're gonna have enough roster spot. PJ Washington is a must roster. We know that. What a game! 0 for 9 from 3. If he made 3 threes, what a line it is. There will be 22 points, 3 threes. But 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 3 blocks. He really popped off. in this game. Really, really good. This is another guy we got to look at, top 60, 70, 80 next year. Maybe not top 60, but he could very well, on a per game basis, be a top 60, 70 guy. His game just fits fantasy so well. He blocks shots, and he does everything. 34th ranked player in the last month, while only shooting 60% from the free throw line. 50% from the field is a bit high for him, but 1.2 steals and 1.2 blocks. Those numbers are really, really good. The only thing with him is just his efficiency could be rough, as we see with his free throw. And field goal wise, a lot of the times also rough, as we see this game, 25%. Terry Rozier, good game, 21 points, 2 threes, 2 steals in a block. Terry Rozier can block shots. Don't get fooled by his height. He gets plenty of blocks for a little guy. 0.4 blocks, 0.4, 0.5 blocks for a point guard. That's good enough. Good game. You just ride him all the way. LaMelo Ball struggled, but brought in 12 rebounds and 7 assists. So you continue holding him all the way Sunday. He's another guy. Hornets, they got a lot of good fantasy guys like PJ Washington, LaMelo Ball, and obviously we got Gordon Hayward. All those guys are top 50 guys. LaMelo Ball could be pushing for top 20. And Miles Bridges, obviously, given the minutes, he could be a beast. Jalen McDaniels also, if given 30, 35 minutes, he could be, because he brings the defensive stats. And Caleb Martin also, given the minutes. A lot of good fantasy guys. Devontae Graham, interestingly, coming off the bench, played 33 minutes. If you need assist, sure, you could stream him the rest of the way. If he gets 30 minutes, he could give you 5. He can average 5 assists easily. And you don't find that many assist guys on the waiver wire. I think we know that. But compared to Campazzo, guys like Campazzo or TJ McConnell, gave about similar number of assists, but no steals compared to them, but hit more threes and points. Of course, Cody Zeller played 30 minutes, but we don't trust it. Let's not stream him either this season. The next team, Timberwolves, they beat Detroit again, but they're looking, when Cat, D'Lo, like when everybody is healthy, they're looking pretty good. And now they got Anthony Edwards, of course. They are 6-4 in their last 10. Giving the fans some hope for next season. Anthony Edwards played okay because the efficiency is pretty bad. 6 for 9 from the free throw line, 44% from the field, hit 2 threes, but still got 22 points and 2 steals. Vanderbilt popped off, played like 30 plus minutes, in the last week. Today only 20 minutes. If he played 20 minutes, we can't forget about him. I think there should be better options out there. Karl Anthony Towns, 25 points, 5 assists. Look at that. If you got Cat, a center that could give you 4-5 assists, forget about Jokic, right? He's an outlier, but he's, how many centers averaging 5 assists? Not that many. So that'll be also pretty good next season. That helps his fantasy value a little bit. And we know he's an efficient all-around guy. D'Lo, bad efficiency wise. I wouldn't take this guy in if you're looking for guard stats, you could potentially get him in top 50. But next year, Anthony Edwards is going to take a step forward. And D'Lo is not, having to share usage with all the guys. Just don't expect him to average something like 25 points, maybe around 20 points. So that just guys like Darius Garland, who is better really between him and I'm talking about next season, right? 3 threes, pretty good game, 10 assists and 5 rebounds, 3 steals in the block. He did everything. 3 steals in the block, really good. A really good game. And the Timberwolves, you got him, just ride him all the way. They do have a back-to-back. But again, if you need big man stats, and you don't need guard stats, then you could look at those guards. Like, you can look at Darius Garland, although he's hurt at the moment. You could look at D'Angelo Russell. Those guys, obviously, are must-roster guys. You look at Kemba Walker. But if you need big man stats, they could be expendable, right? You could drop them because you don't need them anymore. This is it. Ricky Rubio also. For sure, if he gets dropped out there on waiver wire, you're not gonna find many good assists and steals guys. He's another guy, 5 assists and 2 steals, and played really well. 3 threes, 19 points, and played 30 minutes. They've been starting D'Lo and Ricky Rubio together. playing D'Angelo Russell as a two guard and Anthony Edwards as a shooting guard. Small forward. It's working so far. Jaden McDaniels, now that Vanderbilt is starting, his minutes, we can't forget about him, but he brought the defensive stats this game, 2 steals and 3 blocks, but it's not enough. For Detroit Pistons, Sadiq Bey, they have 3 games, guys, so let's not roster any of those guys. Once the Friday comes around, if you want to stream somebody on Friday, you're really gonna get a 1 game, and nobody on this team is good enough to be. Maybe on Sunday when you have 13 guys playing, you could stream like a Killian Hayes if you really need assists, or Isaiah Stewart. Could potentially stream some guys Friday, Sunday. If you need any big man stats, look at Isaiah Stewart. We got 2 games left. Mason Plumlee for sure is out of the way. He's not gonna play again, right? He should give you good enough rebound and blocks. So 2 games of him might be good. Might help you. Sadiq Bey, if you want 3 points and steals, 2 games of him. He's been playing pretty well lately. 21 points and 5 threes. And Josh Jackson, we can't forget about him. And Killian Hayes, like I said, if you need assists and steals, no steals this game, but he's been giving us a lot of assists and steals lately. You could also look at him. Everybody else is a drop. Let's look at the next game. The Miami Heat beating. This is a key game. Wow. This is actually a huge game for both teams, because after this game, the Miami Heat moved all the way up to the 4th seed. They have the tiebreakers over the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. The Knicks has fallen all the way to the 6th. And the Celtics, they're gonna be the 7th seed most likely, because they're 3 games behind the Knicks, having to play the Nets in the first round or Bucks. That's not fun. That's not fun. Just barely above 500. The team that made it to the Eastern Conference next season, and and then didn't talk about Jaylen Brown. The news came out that he broke his wrist, so he's gonna be out for, I don't know. Is he gonna be ready for the next the start of the next season? I'm not sure. I have to check, but it obviously sucks. It doesn't really help them. So without Jaylen Brown, how much do the Celtics really have to take on Nets or the Bucks? Probably not much in the 7-game series. And now they have to play in the play-in. They have to play in the play-in tournament now. Now that it's 7th seed. So not good. For Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler, did he exit the game? Well, let me check. Butler got hurt. Yeah, he's questionable. He had an eye injury. Okay. Yeah, that really sucks. When is the Miami Heat next game? They have a back-to-back. So, oh man. Jimmy Butler is too good to drop, obviously. So I would wait for Thursday. See what happens. But realistically, back-to-back, if he doesn't play Thursday, it's a drop. Because he's going to miss 1 game of back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. Who knows? That's the thing. They really need him to play because for seeding purposes. It'll be really good if they can lock down the 4th seed. So who knows? I would say eye injury. Maybe he'll play next game. But I will for sure wait for Thursday to see what the status. Right? Then make decisions. Trevor Ariza, if you need defensive stats, sure. Don't hate it. Didn't do much this game. Bam went off again. 7 rebounds, 5. Huge field goal coming out. 5 assists, a steal, 2 blocks, 22 points. Bam also. Don't worry about his free throws next season, because I think I'm trusting it. In the last month, 76.7% on 5.7 attempts. I think, it's throughout the whole season. Beginning of the season he was shooting high 80s. That was never gonna stick. But on the season he's around 80%. So I think that's really good. That really helped his value. So you could grab him and pound threes. Really, really good. Him and Jimmy Butler. If you got him and Jimmy Butler, maybe you could come up with the team that pound threes, right? A really, really good team. And Jokic, let's say, if somehow you got all 3 of those guys, that would be your rebound, all your peripheral stats would be good, would be set. The rebound, the assist, and the efficiency too. All those guys are super, super efficient. Duncan Robinson hit 5 threes. Like I said, if you need 3-point streamer, very, very consistent, hitting at least 3 threes a game. Kendrick Nunn, 7 for 11, 18 points, but had three steals. But I don't really like him. I don't think I want to go stream. They have a back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. If I need points, sure, I could potentially to look at him. But other than that, the assists, the steals, they're not very consistent. The threes. Goran Dragic now just come off the bench, but we can leave him on the waiver wire everywhere. Tyler Hero played 35 minutes, coming off the bench now, 24 points and 11 rebounds, really good, but just very inconsistent. The minutes, everything, the production. So I'll probably just leave him. The next team, the Kawhi Leonard returned to Toronto. But who played on the Raptors? Nobody. This has always been the worry with the older Raptors team, right? All older guys on the Raptors is that why are they playing although we didn't see how they could just miss the playoffs. Like nobody saw that coming. If they're in a playoff hunt, I'm sure Kyle Lowry would play. But this is the worry that when we get to the end of the season, right? Depending on the seeding, if they have nothing to play for last few weeks, they're gonna rest, right? It's just that we didn't expect them to be out of the playoff. Then they really have nothing to play for. Then they just start resting everybody. For Clippers, easy win, and they're gonna be. If they're gonna be the third seed, they might play the Lakers the way, if they're the fourth seed, I think they'll be pretty safe because I don't think Lakers will be getting the fifth spot, right? Oh no, I'm sorry, they're only one game behind, so a lot of things could happen in the next 2-3 games. But Kawhi Leonard played okay, 20 points, efficient everywhere, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Played okay. Clippers got an easy win, I think. Marcus Morris, okay. Zubac, 18 and 10, efficient everywhere. Paul George did not have the best game, shooting the ball by 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and block. The steal numbers with Paul George. Next season if I draft him, I don't expect Paul George to average 1.5 even steals. For the season, it's just 1.2, 1.3, and his steal numbers have been gone down for 2 years in a row. On the Clippers, I don't know. Can we expect him to be that steals guy again? Everything else is great, Like he give you point, everything else is great, but is he a top 15 guy that we want to draft next season? I would just much better prefer taking a guy like Kyrie over him because both guys have missed a lot of games, to be honest. Clippers, they just resting guys. Kawhi Leonard energy. Patrick Beverly, nobody's that interesting to stream. Just have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on your roster all the way till Sunday. If they don't play, then you have other guys coming in. And are they gonna play the back-to-back? They have a back-to-back coming up, so there'll be some decision time for you. The LA Clippers. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, their back-to-back is Thursday and Friday, and they play again Sunday. This is the thing. If you have more than enough acquisitions, let's say Paul George or Kawhi Leonard rest on Friday, that means they only have one game out of those 3 days. But Sunday everybody plays, so just ignore that. And they play Oklahoma City. Who knows? It could be a blowout. Who knows? They just rest all the way. So I would I would maybe just stream somebody on Friday, Sunday, Saturday, because I have enough guys playing on Sunday anyways. There's no team that actually there's no team playing back-to-back Friday and Saturday, so you need to use 2 acquisitions, and again, depend on how many acquisitions you have, because realistically, if they play on Thursday and they rest on Friday, who knows? They may just not play Sunday, or they're gonna get a win on Sunday no matter what. I don't know. And even if they play, it might just be a 20 minutes. Like Kawhi Leonard gonna give you 15 points. That's a very likely outcome when they play Oklahoma City. For the Toronto Raptors, Chris Boucher came back. What? Okay. The Raptors, I think Thursday, Friday, stream Chris Boucher. He might miss one game as a back-to-back, but a lot of the Raptors guys, Thursday, Friday, you have to stream. Like Ken Birch is a stream. Gary Trent Jr., if you need points and threes, hoping he would pop off, give you 30 points. I think Malachi Flynn is also a stream for the back-to-back. So those are the guys we want to stream. Chris Boucher obviously have the best upside. Is he going to play both games? We don't know. But the fact that he came back and played 37 minutes, that's great. I'm just gonna have to assume Kyle Lowry and Fran VanVleet, all those guys are out. They're not gonna play another game this season. This is what I assume. And I don't know. NBA just letting. And OG, where's OG? Siakam for sure. I don't think we're gonna see him again either. He got hurt. So yeah, all those guys are good fantasy guys, but just that's the worry with the Raptors. Smart teams, and they're just not gonna. They're gonna rest guys, started by the Spurs. The whole resting players thing. Philadelphia Sixers lost to the Pacers. That is interesting. Joel Embiid didn't play this game. The Sixers was it a back-to-back? So Joel Embiid rested. Let's see. It's not a back-to-back. It's just a Tuesday. I'm worried. Joel Embiid. I mean, Friday he's gonna miss the game, right? Do they have anything to play for? They are 2 games ahead of the Nets. They need to make sure that they win maybe one more game and they done, because there's only 3 games left. So yeah, Joel Embiid probably gonna miss 1 game of the back-to-back, but then the game on Sunday. So either way, you gotta roster him. Danny Green, 29 minutes, didn't do anything, had 2 threes, and 1 steal. But even in defensive stats, Thursday, Friday coming up, 1 game without Joel Embiid, Danny Green would contribute. Tobias Harris, without Joel Embiid, he just immediately pops off for 27 points. No defensive stats, but yeah, with Joel Embiid around, it impacts Tobias Harris a little bit. Ben Simmons, good game. Finally, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 20 points. When was the last time he scored 20 points? I don't remember. But good game from him. Seth Curry could be a 3-point streamer. And, if Joel Embiid is out again, we could potentially look at Dwight Howard for some big man stats. Although Mike Scott played 26 minutes, pretty high, but we're not interested in him. And where's Matisse Thybulle? Matisse Thybulle didn't play this game. He's out for some injury. I'm not exactly sure. Either way, if Joel Embiid is out, if Ben Simmons is out, we want to grab Matisse Thybulle. The minutes will be higher, but Joel Embiid out doesn't really impact his minutes all that much. For the Pacers, great win. Sabonis again, helping people winning leagues. Number 2 guy in the last month, behind our friend Kyrie Thomas. But again, great game. 16 points, a triple-double. No defensive stats at all this game, but hit 2 threes and 7 for 9 from the field. Good stuff from him. O'Shea Brissett continues to get the minutes. And this game, look at this. 3 steals and a block, 5 rebounds. Like I said, they have a game on Thursday, they have a game on Saturday. If you want rebound and defensive stats, you could still keep this guy. The minutes is inconsistent, 0 for 6 from the field, that's really bad. But 3 steals in a block is great. 3 steals in a block is really, really great. Justin Holiday, yes. I have some doubts about him. But, the fact that he played 32 minutes, it's good. 6 for 9 from the field, hit 3 threes and a block. He's been blocking a lot of shots. And again, maybe it's already too late to, if you don't have him on your team, it's already too late. Because they already played the back-to-back Monday, Tuesday. So you don't want to pick him up now. The right move is to pick them up before Monday. You already got 2 games out of them. Caris LeVert continues to struggle from the field, I suppose. But that's who he is. But everything else, counting stat-wise, look good. I would be careful drafting this guy, because end of season, right? Malcolm Brogdon was hurt all the time, and we know what Malcolm Brogdon does every single season. In the beginning, he goes off in the beginning, the first 2 months, the first month or 2. So Caris LeVert, realistically, is just gonna give you 17 points, maybe 4 assists, 5 rebounds, that type of numbers, and with bad efficiency. His steal numbers is good, but that's not a guarantee if he can continue his steal rate. So I don't, for sure, I don't want to, for the first 5-6 round, I probably wouldn't touch him, to be honest. 37th ranked player in the last month, really, really good, averaging 1.4 steals and a block. Maybe 6th round, I'll start, look at him, because his game doesn't really fit fantasy that well. If you're punting certain categories, then it's a different story. If you're not punting anything, then I wouldn't take him that high. TJ McConnell got his 25 minutes. It's just want him to play more with Malcolm Brogdon out. I don't know when Brogdon is going to be back. Maybe he'll back Thursday, and then play a game Saturday and Sunday just before the playoffs. But how many minutes he's gonna play? He's gonna make the back-to-backs, all that kind of stuff. 10 rebound, 10.6 assists. 10.6 rebound, only 1 assist. Still a block is still good enough, I think. We just want the assist, but he only gave us 1 that game, this game. But if you got him, you need an assist, and still they have 3 more games this week, so for sure, I'll keep rostering him. The next game, the Brooklyn Nets beat the Chicago Bulls. Are the Bulls out of it? They're 3 games behind, and there are 3 games left. Yeah, I don't know. Do they have the tiebreaker over the Wizards? They probably do. But yeah, I mean, the only scenario for them to make it is Wizards lose all 3 and the Bulls win all 3. Very, very unlikely at this moment. They went all in at the deadline, just didn't work out. Joe Harris, a 3-point streamer. The Nets, they have the okay. We'll see if the Nets guys they're gonna play the back-to-back, which is today. Is KD gonna play the back-to-back? Is Kyrie gonna play the back-to-back? Kyrie only played 20 minutes. Did he get hurt or just what is going on? Oh, he had a face injury. Wow. That's not good. I mean, it's a back-to-back. I mean, I think Kyrie has a better chance to play the back-to-back than Kevin Durant. I think KD probably going to rest today. And then they have another back-to-back Saturday and Sunday. So the scheduling doesn't really work out in Nets' favor, especially if you've got KD and Kyrie. Having 2 back-to-backs in a 4-game week, KD could just play 2 games. That's never good. 9-4, I mean, just great numbers from KD. But if we're going to draft KD next year, again, it's just one of those situations. If he play every game, he's a top 10 guy for sure, top 6, top 7 guy for sure. But how many games is he going to miss? Big question mark. Same thing with Kyrie. Per game basis is top 10. How many games he's going to... I wouldn't take him in 10th spot for sure. Maybe 15, 16, 17. Just hope when the playoff comes around, he's going to play all the games. Just hope. Having teams like this, you're going to have higher highs and lower lows. That's what you're going to deal with, which I'm okay with in fantasy. Go big or go home. Draft guys like this. If we know coming in they're going to miss games, and when they miss games, you're going to lose some weeks because they're out for rest. But if your team put it together, they are playing, at the right time in the playoffs, then your team is going to be the best. Kyrie played okay before he left. Bruce Brown, we could look to stream him, especially if KD and Kyrie, if they both miss. Bruce Brown, I expect him to get some huge minutes and some huge rebounding and defensive stats. He grabbed 10 rebounds and played 20 minutes already this game. Blake Griffin, 24 minutes. Don't touch this guy. Claxton, he's too inconsistent at the moment. Next season, maybe we'll see if he can get minutes on this team. But he's a guy that have the potential, is a Robert Williams type of guy. But Bruce Brown is the guy I would potentially look to stream if KD and Kyrie miss his games. He's the best fantasy option, I think. Jeff Green, not so much. He's an efficient guy, grab some rebound, hit some threes. For the Bulls, what's the Bulls' schedule look like? I mean, hey, once they're out of the playoffs, are they going to rest Vucevic the last game? It's a possibility. They have the back-to-back coming up Saturday and Sunday. If Wizards win another game, their season is over. They have nothing to play for. So young guys like Kobe White, Zach LaVine, I'm okay. But Vucevic, Thaddeus Young, Daniel Theis, those guys could potentially sit. You obviously don't want that. Vucevic struggled 12, still a double-double at 6 assists and 2 threes. Thaddeus Young got more minutes this game, and look at the peripheral stats. I understand 2 for 10, but I can just ignore that. But the 9 rebound, 3 assists, a steal and block, still really, really good. If he continues to play, I would just continue roster him. Just give me all the peripheral stats. Zach LaVine popped off, but it doesn't matter. 41 points and nothing else. Zach LaVine, I feel like could be a trap. If you draft him in the top 20, you may not get the value you want. Top 20 is his ceiling. I would draft him in the top, maybe 30, 31st, 32nd, in that type of range. Because top 20, I feel like it's his ceiling. 41 points, yeah, played great. Hit 6 threes and a steal. Kobe White, Again, struggle from the field. This is what Kobe White does. And again, 1 steal, 4 assists is okay. Hit for 3, 16 points. Not the worst. And I think Kobe White, regardless if they are in and out of the playoffs, they're going to be out. But Kobe White should get enough minutes. And next season, maybe take a late right for but we know at this point who Kobe White is. He's going to give you some points and assists. Everything else is probably negative and some threes. This type of guys in category leagues, you got to have specific team build. If you got a guard team, like I don't hate to have him. But then the issue comes, if you got a guard team, you need steals, and he doesn't give you any steals. So it's just hard to have Kobe White on your team. And what does he really give you? Like how much does he really help? The counting stat looks okay, but his ranking is going to be bad because inefficient and no defensive stats. Okay. Well, Garrett Temple somehow played 20 minutes, 9 minutes, but we can't forget about him. Let's go to the next game, the Grizzlies. Wow. They destroyed the Mavericks. 104. Mavericks got to win some games. They could still be the 7th seed. They're not safe. They have their back-to-back, so maybe today when they play the Pelicans and Raptors and Timberwolves. So they have a fairly easy schedule. Like I would see them go 3-0. The Lakers, they got Houston, so they win this one. They got Pacers and Pelicans. Yeah, they also have an easy schedule. Let's look at Portland. Oh, yeah. The Blazers have a tough schedule. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Blazers end up being the 7th seed and Lakers being the 6th because the Blazers, they play the Jazz. They're at Jazz. They're at Phoenix Suns. And then they play Denver. Oh, that's tough. And then meanwhile, Lakers and Mavericks, they have a relatively easy schedule. Luka did not have the best game. Don't draft Luka in the first round, guys. I wouldn't do it personally. Next season, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and no defensive stats again. 5 turnovers. Josh Richardson had 4 steals and a block. I think if you stream both guys before Tuesday, like you hold on to them, like Tim Howard Jr. Still played okay, hit 3 threes and 19 points. If you stream Josh Richardson, make decisions after Wednesday, after today. Not much to talk about. Porzingis is out. Porzingis every single year also a trap. Per game basis wise, he's top 20, top 25, but he misses so many games. It's just hard to have this guy on your team. Let him be someone else's problem. And again, like I'm okay with assemble a team with a lot of guys that miss games. You just hope that all of them play at the same time and your team is the best if everybody is playing. But they just miss a lot of games. For the Grizzlies, they secured their playing spot, right? I think that's what they're still stay the hunt for 8th. Yeah, I mean they're right there. The 9th seed right now, only half game behind the Warriors. The Grizzlies, they got JJJ back, so hey, like they're a full roster ready to go. Young team, they're a scary team. Delon Brooks. Wow, this is why this season, like again, bad efficiency from the field. We know that, hit 2 threes, but the 3 steals and 2 blocks, really good, 22 points. Really good game from Delon Brooks. Kyle Anderson, can't say enough about him. If you pounding field goal, like next season I will draft him again. Although really late, of course. Kyle Anderson, you could continue to have him. JJJ missed this game and he only played 24 minutes. Again, they have 3 more games and JJJ gonna miss again. 15 points, 2 steals. He gave you a little bit of everything. Xavier Tillman, Valanciunas was out. He only played 23 minutes because, like I said, it was a blowout. If you play 30, you would put a better line. You could stream him if Valanciunas continues to be out, but I don't think so. It's just they got 5 games. They're resting some of those guys. Desmond Bane not interested. John Morant, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 24 points, one of his best games. And DeAnthony Milton, only 18 points. This is always the risk with him, right? Even when there's some guys missing, he only got 18 minutes. Give you nothing, basically, 1 steal. So you could drop him. They still have 3 more games this week. If you want defensive stats, I don't know if you have a better option. Maybe another guy is Matisse Thybulle, right? Maybe Justin Holiday you could pick up. It depends on who else is on the waiver wire. He could, for the 3 games, he could give you nothing, or he could pop off. We just don't know. The minutes is up and down, and the production is up and down as well. Let's go to the next game, the Orlando Magic losing to Milwaukee. Wendell Carter Jr. came back, so great. If you got Mo Bamba, for sure drop him. Wendell Carter Jr. grabbed you 14 rebound. You could stream him for rebound for some big man stats. The Magic, they just played their first game, so they got their back-to-back is Thursday, Friday. So for sure, stream some of those guys. Cole Anthony, the production is really, really is non-existent. I mean, we got him for assists, and he gave us no assists. Magic as a team had 14 assists. Russell Westbrook by himself has more assists than the entire Magic team. Not good. Do I want to stream RJ Hampton for a back-to-back? I'm not sure. He only played 25 minutes this game. Majority of the minutes went to obviously Cole Anthony and Garrett Harris. But if there's no better options, I mean, could stream him for a back-to-back. And Wendell Carter Jr. Really, those are only two guys. Cole Anthony, I don't know. We don't know what we're gonna get out of him. How much value does he have at the moment? And he doesn't get all that many defensive stats. Really, he gives you a little bit points and assists, and that's it. For the Bucks, Chris Middleton struggled. 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And like I said, they have 5 games this week, and I'm surprised. This is the back-to-back everybody played. So they have another game Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. I expect Giannis maybe to miss a game. I'm not. I think that I just feel like 5 games, nothing to play for before the playoffs. They should rest 1 game at least. That's why I say, hey, grab Bobby Portis. Right, Bobby Portis played 20 minutes. I thought somebody's gonna miss the game, but they didn't. Nobody did. But 15 rebound is not too bad in 20 minutes. So I'm still happy. 1 steal on block from Bobby Portis. Jrue Holiday played okay, 15 points. It was a back-to-back, so don't expect guys to go off for 2 days in a row. 15 points, 2 steals. Dante DiVincenzo was a stream beginning of the week. Sure, 3 threes, 19 points, and a steal. Brook Lopez, surprised he played. Is he going to play all 5 games? 17 points and 1 3. Okay game from him. And Giannis went off again. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals. So effortlessly to, just for Giannis to grab a rebound to score 25, it's just so effortless against most teams. Okay, let's go to the next game. But these teams, they don't really have guys, not much to talk about, because same thing with Phoenix Suns. Like who you really streaming, right? Jay Crowder came back. Okay, Jay Crowder could be a potential stream for Phoenix. Their back-to-back is Saturday and Sunday, so yeah, that's just not attractive because Sunday everybody is playing, so you may not able to even play Jay Crowder. He came back, played well, 20 points, 6 threes, and a steal. Right away he played well. Mikal Bridges, 6 points. We know the counting stats. He doesn't provide all that many counting stats. It's just the efficiency really, and a steal and a block. Next season, if you have an efficient team, you try to build an efficient team. You could grab this guy in the 60s or 70th, maybe 5th round. Like Robert Covington, this type of guy. Conley said never looked that good, but the defense, winning defense. DeAndre Ayton, 8 rebound, not the best game, and we know they lost to the Warriors, but those 3 guys are just. Ayton and Bridges did not play well. Devin Booker had 34 points, but again, the points is not a problem for Booker. I mainly care about the assists and the steals, just non-existent and efficient. He hit 4 threes. He doesn't make that many threes either. So next season we gotta set expectation. Don't draft this guy in the first round, right, man? Maybe not even top 20. The thing with him is like he played this season. He's been fairly healthy, but over the years he's not exactly an Iron Man either. So I don't really see the appeal to draft him in the top 20. Chris Paul continues to be, like I said, he only missed 1 game all season. 24 points, 10 assists, a steal and a block. What else can you say about this guy? Really, really good all season long. For the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins went off. Curry only had 21 points. Okay. Wiggins went off. This is his best game of the season. So they do have after today they only have 2 games in the next 5 days, and the next game come on Friday. So if you don't need points, Wiggins is a drop, right? If you need some assists, steals, like some other stats, you could potentially to move Wiggins. because the schedule is just not friendly. Assuming you already have enough guys playing on Sunday, so really the next 4 days he only have one game. So depending on who's on the waiver, how many acquisitions you have, Wiggins you could drop because the Warriors schedule is not good. I think Draymond Green you gotta hold because he's too good whenever he plays. Almost another triple double and 4 steals. Hey, look at that, 11 points. That's good. But the peripheral stats is not a problem for Draymond. We know he can do that. Come on, Looney, leave him out there on the waiver wire. And Ken Bazemore could be a drop after today. Had 2 steals, a defensive specialist, and 17 points is not bad. But you could drop him for sure. Steph Curry, 21 points. Did not have the best one. It 1 for 11 from 3-point line. If he made let's say 4 threes, 5 threes, that's a great that's 30 points game for Curry again. But he obviously struggled. It's a back-to-back. Give this man some rest. Juan Toscano-Anderson, I think after this game also a drop. He wasn't really give us. I mean, he popped off the other night. Had 5 steals or something like that. But you already hit your lottery. I think it's time to move on. The schedule is just not so good for the Warriors. But that's under the condition you have enough acquisitions. If in your league you only have 4 acquisitions a week, they still have 2 games. Then you just look at the other. Maybe don't drop him, look for others. But they really don't have a good schedule. For Oklahoma City, I was saying don't. Their schedule is not good. So don't get any guys on this team, right? For Oklahoma City, what's their schedule look like? Just want to see. Yeah, Friday, Sunday they have 2 games. But nobody's that good to need to be big. Like Isaiah Roby, do I want to stream him for the last 2 games? But remember on Sunday we already get a full roster. So are you gonna even play Isaiah Roby? I don't know. Darius Bazley, forget about him. Moses Brown grabbed you 13 rebound. Okay, on Friday, Sunday, if you want rebound, I would pick up Moses Brown, see if he can give me 10 plus rebound again, right? I would stream Moses Brown for Sunday and Friday if I need rebound and rebound only. Paul Krzyzewski came back, leave him out there on the waiver wire. Kendrick Williams, leave him out. And he started at the shooting point guard. Yeah, I think we can leave everybody on OKC on the waiver wire except if you need rebound. You can grab Moses Brown on Friday and Sunday, and that's it. I think that's the only time you want to stream any of the Oklahoma City guys, because nobody is seriously. Everybody is pretty bad from a fantasy perspective, and there's not one category that they really, other than Moses Brown, the rebound, very consistent and giving you that. He could just play 20 minutes and give us a 9 rebound, right? He's the type of guy. For the Kings, meanwhile, oh my God. Dude, if you stream Delon Wright and Terrence Davis, I don't know. These guys in the last week be giving you top 10, 15 values. Jesus Christ, man! I gotta look at it. The Sacramento Kings. If you Terrence Davis for sure, nobody saw it coming. But if you picked him up after his first game last week, because he played really well. Even with De'Aaron Fox out, playing behind. Let me just check the in the last week. Let's see last week. So last week, Delon Wright played 4 games. He's a 5th ranked player. And where's Terrence Davis? 31st ranked player. Okay, depends on De'Aaron Fox's what's King's schedule look like. If De'Aaron Fox is still gonna be out, they have nothing to play for. I would go and grab Terrence Davis. They have their back to back coming up Thursday, Friday. So Terrence Davis could give you some really, really good value for those two games. This game, Delon Wright, he hit 5 threes, 73% from the field, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals, 21 points. I don't know what else to say about this man. 5th ranked player. If you're streaming this guy, hey, you are looking good. Terrence Davis again also popped off, 9 for 15. 27 points, 2 steals, 5 threes. I mean, these 2 guys are killing it. Buddy Hield, 21 points. I mean, they all scored 20. Him and both scored 21 points, 6 assists, and a steal, 5 threes. Giving us value. Harkless, 1 steal and 3 blocks. They have a back-to-back. Stream him for defensive stats. And he should give you some rebound as well. Yeah, Rashawn Holmes played okay, 13 points and 7 rebounds. Not the best, but Delon Wright and Terrence Davis are just popping off every single game. Must stream for their coming back to back. I don't think Delon Wright. If Delon Wright does come back, I would not draft. I would not pick up Terrence Davis. But Delon Wright, man, looking good. They still got 3 games left. See what he brings to the table. Let's talk about the last game of the night. The New York Knicks lost to the Lakers. I don't. It's okay. The Knicks. They're trying to hold on to the 4th seed, but unfortunately, after this loss, they're at the 6th seed. Nerlens Noel did not play the best, 24 minutes and a block, but a hold for sure. If you want defensive stats, Randall played 44 minutes. The game went to overtime, 31 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. A revenge game, I suppose. Hit 4 threes. Randall good all season. RJ struggled in a big way. 2 for 13, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. If you need points and rebounds, the New York Knicks, they still have 3 games left. Sure, I don't know if you want to waste the acquisition because they still have 3 games to grab somebody else. RJ Barrett, should give you good enough points and rebound for the most part. And they play the Spurs, they play Charlotte Hornets, they play Celtics. Should be okay. Lakers are a good defensive team, So the struggle, Derrick Rose, look at that. If you're streaming Derrick Rose, like I said, the Knicks last week and this week up to this point, great value. They did not have a back-to-back, and D Rose playing all of them. 27 points, 3 steals and a block. Really, really good stuff on D Rose. And for the Lakers, other than Anthony Davis, look at Andre Drummond popping off against New York Knicks. I was literally saying he's a drop, but then he does this. If he got dropped, don't pick him up again. They just finished their back-to-back, and their next back-to-back is Saturday, Sunday. So maybe wait till Saturday and try to scoop him up. And really, the next game he could just play 20 minutes and not do anything. So don't get too excited. Hey, if after Friday, if he's available, you gotta be quicker than your opponent to pick him up. But I wouldn't pick him up now. You're just wasting a roster spot for the next 2 days. AD struggled. He popped off. It was a back-to-back, so gonna give AD cut him some slack. He went off at the end of the night, but again, just not so great. AD, I always thought he's a guy that would put up stats effortlessly, but that hasn't been the case all season. Taylor Horton-Tucker went off, played 34 minutes. I just don't trust his minutes. When Saturday and Sunday, they do have they're playing again tonight. Sorry. Today is Wednesday, so LeBron might come back against the Rockets. So we'll see what happens with that. And that's it for all the games. I'll see you guys tomorrow.